Resolution to the political crisis. The parties agree: 1. To support the state's strategic priorities by means of a cross-party memorandum of understanding or parliamentary resolution confirming support for the Euro-Atlantic integration agenda and committing to refrain from actions which undermine this goal. 2. To resume normal political life. All parties return to Parliament and participate in the scheduled local elections. 3. To support immediate key reform measures, including improving the functioning of Parliament, including the President's initiative to convene an ad hoc commission of inquiry to look into, inter alia, the events on and before the 24th of December, including their constitutionality, security in and outside of Parliament, and revision of the parliamentary rules of procedure, the results of which would be reflected in the Commission's progress report in the autumn of 2013. Electoral reform after the local elections, including in relation to the voting registry, for example, a post-election audit of the list, and the other OSCE, ODIHR recommendations. Freedom of expression. Resumption of dialogue with journalists led by the Association of Journalists and other confidence-building measures. The fourth agreement between the parties on an election calendar. They agree to give adequate time to register the lists of candidates for these local elections, then to meet immediately after the local elections to discuss the internal political situation, including the findings of the Commission of Inquiry on the 24th of December events, and to continue the discussions in good faith on all options and without prejudice for defining the timing of the next parliamentary elections, and on the basis of implementation of the OSCE ODIHR recommendations, so that the results can be taken into account in the next Commission progress report. Agreement 5. By the European Union, that a fourth meeting of the high-level accession dialogue is scheduled with the European Commission this month, March, involving the government and the National Council for European Integration. That the European Commission presents its report as requested by the Council by mid-April, and that the European Parliament schedules a vote on its report in a positive and in a constructive framework. Ladies and gentlemen, we came here with a strong belief that politicians of this country would find the way out of political deadlock, which is derailing the country from its Euro-Atlantic path. We are pleased to see that the political leaders have finally been able to show their political responsibility to agree a solution which should bring the country back to the resumption of normal functioning of political institutions and continuing constructive work on the Euro-Atlantic priorities for the ultimate benefit of the country and its people. We look forward to swift implementation of the agreement so that the European integration agenda is back on track, the reform process is intensified, and the European Parliament and the European Commission can proceed with the respective reports on the country. I want to add this. This is a deal which has been struck late, but I hope and believe not too late. No one should underestimate the challenge to the parties in finding agreement. And my message to the member states of the European Union is to overcome your own challenges to enable the fruits of this agreement to be realised. The agreement is crucial to this country's European perspective, and although I have been proud with my European colleagues to play a part in brokering it, it is important that this is an agreement achieved by the parties and for the country, and I thank them with deep sincerity for doing so.
Во текот на вашата изјава сега спомнавте дека партиите кои ги разговарат и ги разгледуваат сите можни опции изан настаните што беа на 24 декември, но и за другите причини што доведат до политичката криза во Македонија. Дали во тие опции спаѓаат и можни предвремени парламентарни избори и дали таа опција за предвремени парламентарни избори како опција треба да се затвори до годишниот извештај на Европската комисија за Македонија?
Does the agreement include the possibility of early elections? Is yes, because it describes all options and is an agreement without prejudice. And I want to be very clear that I am authorised to say that that is the interpretation of the European Commissioner. It is not just my answer to you in this press conference. However, I put no other timescale on that answer, and so I do not answer the second part of your question.